Well, hello everyone. I am Redbeard the Hippie, back live once again for just random whatevers. There's really no rhyme or reason to what I do on this channel. So I have the basic idea of today. I've been really burned out with things in life due to either work stresses, home life, everything else that is going on with life. Because, well, let's face it, I can't figure out where I want to put my stupid headphone thingy, head camera thingy. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. But yeah, I've been extremely burnt out on everything with mixture of work, kids, doing stuff from uh, YouTube, and just life in general. The economy sucks a whole bunch, and that's probably some of the stress to it. But well, everything's a stress anymore, like having to go have a physical done. So then I can sit there and listen to the doctors all yell at me. Your blood pressure's high, you're stressed, your tension levels are high. Well, yeah, no shit. Single parent, what do you expect? And yeah, it's a whole lot of different things. uh a lot of the time with this, it's just trying to figure out what I'm doing with it and trying to make those ideas and concepts come to life, which sometimes isn't always as easy because when you're up at 2:45 in the morning so you can get to work, it tends to take a toll on you on your creative abilities of what you're looking at doing. Like I have tons and tons and tons of ideas written down, but it's more just finding the time and the energy. And when I get burnt out, I will sit there and I will watch random reels or marketing ideas or how to get branding or get your YouTube channel monetized or every little thing like that, because there's obviously no rhyme or reason to how one thing blows up. And I mean, it's a lot of different things of, well, do these products or try these things or go out and buy these. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have money to go out and buy these. We'll see if companies will send stuff to you. Well, trying to find a letter and doing all the research to get all that stuff figured out is time consuming. And when you're already extremely burnt out with everything and you don't want to do anything, you suddenly realize that it's hard to do those type of things. Or as you're watching different notifications on your thing, it just it tends to kind of take its toll. And at times I get overwhelmed, I get anxious about it. Excuse me, look at my buggers there. And you try to figure out the best way to do things, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Or like when you decide to show some of your kids' old artwork. This is like 2 years old. She ended up throwing it away. I ended up digging it out of the trash. That's like 2 or 3 years old. Uh, I told her I was eventually going to get some of her artwork on my channel. I just have to more or less get more of her newer stuff, which is way more impressive. But she also guards that like it's going out of style. And I'm not the one who's just going to take her artwork and plaster it on my YouTube channel. I'm going to try to get permission first. And if you notice, I'm rocking a new band T-shirt. This one's from the band Molten. I ended up seeing them twice within a couple weeks, and getting some live videos of theirs and an interview with them, which is also on the channel. That was during the KCU and Benefits show and Fecht Fest, which is I'm still ended up working on pictures and uh, videos from that. I've got more that I've got to edit coming up. And it's so far kind of it takes a little bit more time than I thought it would. And oh, I don't even know what to say. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for responses at times too. But all in all, it's been quite an interesting experience the last couple of weeks. I was like 4 videos a day trying to get pictures out, trying to get stuff posted. And then I had some family things come up and some people that were involved in my life and trying to do everything I could there and got extremely burnt out because I was pulling like 3 and 4 different directions trying to get things done. It takes its toll on a person mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I just kind of got to the point lately where I just wanted to stay in bed. I didn't want to get up and do things. I didn't want to go out and do things. I don't want to cook. I don't want to get up and go to work. Lately, it's been a little more challenging every morning getting up and going to work because I'm just that physically and mentally drained of everything. And when your normal job's hours get cut back and you're suddenly looking into a second job, and I've done the 2 job thing, I've done multiple jobs at one time, and it's not something I overly enjoy doing, but right now it's something I know I have to do because in order to survive in this economy and the way that the world is, you have to do what you have to do to survive, regardless. Because, well, let's face it, you got to pay for Uncle Sam to rape the shit out of you with everything, with being taxed on your paycheck and taxed on your home and taxed on your car and taxed on your roads and taxed on your food and taxed on your taxes. And it's just a never ending cycle and sequence that at some point in time, you're just going to go, you know what? Fuck it. This is hard. I should go into government housing. And then you realize how much money you don't have in a government housing and how much control you don't have. And it's like, you know what? I'll go ahead and work my 2 jobs so I don't have to have somebody tell me, no, you can't put this picture up here. We find this offensive. No, the carpet was never this color when you moved in, even though you have video proof and everything like that. This was never that way. Oh, wait, hang on. Maybe we took some pictures. Ah, shit. I just don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like dealing with it. Hell, I'm drinking water right now. No, this is not vodka. This is actually water because H2O is good and Gatorade sucks. Plus, what you're doing is yakky chatting. The vocal cords end up getting dried out with being a former vocalist in a couple different metal bands. The vocal cords decide that they need fluid, and anymore I don't actually partake in the consumption of alcohol. Doesn't say I don't. I just am usually at shows taking photographs and doing videography stuff. I can't take it because I feel that it is going to affect my work. And with being a only person act on this thing of recording and doing all that, it's a little more challenging that the hell is this hard thing on here for? To guard your privacy and aid by your community guidelines. I don't have any fucking community guidelines. I am the community. I am the guidelines. Or some shit like that. Who knows? I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. All I know is Cobra Commander is probably right, and we should vote for him for president. So vote Cobra Commander for 2023. He can't do any worse than the jackasses we have in charge. As his VP, I think Destro is going to do really good. We should vote for Destro too. I mean, I'm going to. Deadpool could possibly win, but we don't really know how old he is. Pretty sure Cobra Commander's at least old enough because he was like looking mid 30s or so in the 80s. So yeah, no, so he's like probably 60 something would be my guess. Mid 60s to late 60s. He can't be any worse than the ones that we have in charge right now. So vote Cobra Commander 2023 with his VP Destro. At least they know where they're at and what they're trying to accomplish. World domination, one small third world country at a time, and he will be in charge of the G.I. Joe, so they got to go fuck shit up too. I don't want to see G.I. Joe run Cobra stuff. And with the recent political news of Cobra Commander is running for president. So Pentor might be his other candidate. Ooh. That one might be interesting. Cobra Commander or Serpentor? Yeah, because Destro would be like the warlord guy. He'd be like in charge of NATO or some shit. Who knows? And my neighbors are talking outside. I can hear them. They're loud. Their dog's probably shitting in my yard. I need to get a BB gun so I can set in my window, all sniper style. Shoot the little dog because I don't have a dog and I don't shit in my yard since I got sober and clean. I don't think I ever shit in my yard when I was fucked up either. Either way, that is not the point of subject. The point of subject is about not getting fucked up and shitting in your yard. And originally, the idea of this thing was to deal with being burnt out, and now it's just random sporadic thoughts that is going to be quite interesting to tear up and put into little videos online, so and reels, because you have to put that on everything. Because in order now to make anything, since I am a balding middle-aged male, I cannot sit there in a bikini and shake my no ass that I don't have and show my boobies. Even though I got man boobies, no one wants to see that because it seems like if somebody's putting out art, they get 1,000 views, or if somebody's shaking their ass, they get 40,000 views. I've also been doing some research into different things of making different kind of reels, and I've got a couple different ideas stuck in my head on bouncing around on things like that to see how that might work. So stay tuned to some of that creative stuff. I saw one that I did a while back. I was taking one of the ex's kids somewhere, and we had to. Oh, where did we stop? We stopped at like the bank. As we were leaving, there was a news crew, and the news lady was standing there, and I was literally ad libbing and spouting stuff off the top of my head for it. And she recorded it, and I thought it was pretty funny. So I might have to find some like news videos and just randomly kind of watch through to see what they're talking about, and then make up shit on my own. I think that'd be quite kind of interesting and kind of fun and a little bit more unique and different. And maybe that'd give me some more views. And I don't know. Who knows? I'm just trying to figure this stuff out because there's no rhyme or reason to how any of this algorithm stuff works. Plus, I do what I enjoy on this. And if I enjoy making content that is funny and lighthearted and will piss people off or make people think, then by all means, I'm going to, because I'm from this cool generation that and this mindset that it doesn't really matter in the long run if you're upset or I mean, there's certain lines that you don't want to cross as just a human being in general, and some people don't quite understand that. Like with looking at getting a second job and realizing that I might actually have to deal with some Karens, and I'm almost 40 and I don't really care like dealing with Karens, and I'll probably end up getting fired because I don't even deal with that kind of shit at my normal job. I've called out a couple people for stuff like, we have a strict no phone policy and the no phone policy, but then I catch them on their phone 2 days later and call them out on that. And it's work related until you tell them that, until they catch you the next time and they go, why are you on your phone? Oh, it's work related. Why are you on Facebook? Because it's work related. I'm checking out bands and venues and concerts that are coming up and making different posts. And I'm having, and this is my other job. This is my fun job. You know, the job I get to meet bands and see friends and hang out with people and do photography and interviews. And, you know, on the occasion, drink on the job and get high. And so far, I'm still trying to get that random drug test that I have not gotten the random drug test because I've only gotten 2 random drug tests, and that was when I got hired and when I came back from back surgery. So I don't think those were very random, other than they wanted to know what kind of medicine I had in my system as being a back surgery guy. And I saw your post, Mike. It's good to see you again. yeah, you guys got a shit or some shows coming up. Hopefully, I can make it down to the one this weekend. We're gonna have to see where financial things are because right now the financial things of travel and hours cut and all that fun stuff. Having to make sure I got the house provided for before I go do all the fun stuff. And like I said earlier, hey, there we go. There we go. You can see that it is. I will pay you $100 million. It looks like somebody won the lottery. Or he's got access to nuclear waste that we can sell for a dirty bomb. No, it does not have nuclear waste. There we go. That's how we're going to piss people off. Talk about the fights and wars and everything in this from your OnlyFans. I would do OnlyFans, but I haven't figured that thing out, and I can't. I don't have enough time to post just content for that on top of all the other content that I'm working on. It'd probably be like a dick pic or something on my Instagram that was meant to be on my OnlyFans, and too much problem, too much headache. I mean, there's a school teacher, well, former school teacher that was making $10,000 a month on her OnlyFans. The fact that school teachers are getting paid that horrible of a salary that they have to do the OnlyFans, and as the story started breaking and seeing different things from it, she was bragging to her class that she was making $10,000 a month. I'm sorry, dear. There are certain kinds of shit that you just need to keep to yourself. Don't tell them that you're making it, because then you're gonna go have all the parents over there beating to it. Just, and it's not good. The kids are gonna see it, they're gonna be drooling at you in the classroom. It's not a pretty sight. And then all the uptighty hoity-toities are going to be all upset because you're making money by selling your ass. But being a hooker is illegal, but being a porn star is. Figure that one out. And to quote the amazing George Carlin, selling's legal, fucking's legal. Why is it selling fucking legal? Makes you think, makes you wonder. Certain places selling fucking is legal, and other places selling fucking is illegal. Depending on where you're legally selling the fucking depends on if you're in trouble or not. Not really sure where I was going with that one, but it seemed to work out in someone's favor. Plus, I don't get how you can sell something to one person and then give it to free for somebody else. I think you're dating a certain adult, certain adult stars where it's like, hey, honey, how's work? Oh man, today it was such a beating at work. Took on 9 guys. Hey, are you in the mood? Nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna go take a shower. I can't. Who were you with? Oh, I was with Darnell and Jareth and just the other brothers. Oh, great! Like I'm gonna be able to compete with that tonight. Let me go get the elephant dick strap on. We'll see where that goes. Obviously, we're talking about random stuff, and maybe I should start just scripting out these things. Or maybe that's why I'm planning on doing like voiceover dubs and seeing what kind of fucked up shit I can come up with news anchorage and news stories. Surely it can't be that complicated. They make all the shit up in the first place. So how's what I'm going to be doing any goddamn different? So could be interesting. Could be noteworthy. Could maybe get me like 5 new views. Who knows? Which is always fun trying to figure out this stupid fucking algorithm because you see all these different posts about this one guy who's like, I'm a billionaire and I don't have to deal with this and you guys don't have to like this and da 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 da. Other than lately, I've seen a whole lot of these ones about like women versus men or the trans community or the gay community or this community or that community. Really, I honestly don't give a shit what people are. If you're cool, you're cool. If you're a dick and a douchebag, you're a dick and a douchebag and a bitch. I mean, it's plain and simple. Treat others like you want to be treated, and there you go. Problem solved. I don't give a shit what you do in your spare time, unless you're out inappropriately touching the livestock, then I might be concerned because I don't want that jizzy beef in my house. Because who knows? It might be a rump roast that you were enjoying a little too much. while it was still attached to the animal. Can't be any worse than half the shit I've said in my life. Maybe that's why I'm not going to repent, and why people say, wow, well, you should repent because then you can get into heaven. Do you listen to the stuff that comes out of my mouth? Have you heard half the shit I say on here or spout off? It has taken years upon years to build this resume for the underworld and for my Jizzy B. Well, yeah, it might be a SoundCloud rapper. And just the simple fact of how much stuff I've had to do to build this resume for my underworld, I am not about to repent to lose it all. This is lots and lots of work and lots of fucked up shit that I've had to do. Jizzy Beef does sound like a rap name. I still like Little Swimmer. Make people think and just have songs about sex. Wait. If I become a SoundCloud rapper and I become Little Swimmer, wouldn't all of my rap songs have to be about sex to sell anyways? Or I could do my like hardcore gangster life because, you know, I get my thug life tattooed on my stomach. Well, I'd have to get like thug life now because it used to be thug life on your stomach was the thing. Now I just get like thug life tattooed across my forehead, or I could get it going up on the bald spot there and have thug life tattooed on my head. Then I'd be a SoundCloud rapper, and then I get like a little 47 teardrops for all the people I killed in prison, and how badass I am because I live in a gated community, and then I get robbed, and I can't imagine why I got robbed by these people because I was just out there, you know, duck hunting with them or some shit like that, bass fishing or crappie fishing, and then suddenly I got robbed for my lures because that's how I roll, y'all. Somebody's offended by the color of my green tractor, my red tractor, that'd be definitely the gang signs because you got like International Harvester and you got John Deere. So you got those are your two colors. You got green and red. You look like a big ass fucking Christmas tree, and you're rolling around being hardcore with the red case or the green John Deere because nothing runs like a Deere unless it runs right in front of your car. Then it no longer runs like a Deere and it just stands there. And now your car don't run and the dirt don't run. I now sound like I'm definitely from some part in the Midwest because the durs right there are the dirty durs. And gotta have fun and interesting viewpoints. And then what else we got going on here? I'm over here social mediaing at the same point in time, trying to like and heart and comment and add to profile and see who's sending what and posting what and what I'm being tagged in because all that fun stuff is just a joyful blast. And then I got to see what I'm being, who's sending me what on what messenger, and then trying to. Well, depending on who the people are, there's some people that we might take kindly to you not taking kindly to. But definitely Nana and her pot brownies, we're going to want to be nice to her because she's always got the good shit because she does have glaucoma and she's got the hookup with the hookups. But, you know, that weird dude down there that's like staring at the children in the merry-go-round, we could take him out and not too many people would be worried. I got to be careful with what I say, how they dress, because that might actually be like the weird guy hanging out at the. Well, I don't know, too kindly to some people. The one that always has me the weirdest is the people that have no kids, but they hang out at like the playgrounds or they're at the school functions or like the high school football games. Or I get the people that are at the high school football games because their kids went there and their grandkids went there and they've just been like a staple of that community for 40 years and they don't look like they're going to be a problem. But the ones that do creep me out are the guys that don't look like they should be there, or the ladies don't look like they should be there, probably because they're too drugged out and fucked up and all that shit. Or some of just the weird people in general that are hanging out at the sale barn trying to find a date. And I'm not talking about the people that work at the sale barn. I'm talking about the livestock that are finding a date. Then we can have some more jizzy beef, some jizzy rump roast. I don't tell certain people about that. They might get offended or they might get all excited and get a little list. Especially with all the weird shit that's going on the internet anymore. I finally had to stop paying attention to the news because it's just too fucking weird for me. Well, I've been paying attention to the sports still. Everything else, like realizing the Cowboys still managed on fucking up their game. Glad I'm not a Colorado fan right now. Those guys did worse than the Chiefs did years ago when they played Indianapolis Colts and they got the fuck kicked out of them. We're winning. We're winning. Yeah, yeah. It's easy going. Wait. Oh, they're making a couple. Oh, wait. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Prime time went to, yeah, he kind of lost his prime. But at the same point in time, that's not just on how the coach does it. It's a lot on how the players do. I'm over here still downfall of being a social media person and trying to socialize social media. I know there's a lot of shit going on right now. Like my whole literal Facebook feed is like, oh, everybody's catching this stomach flu that's going around and the stomach bug, and it's kids are sick. I'm sick. We're all sick. Body aches. I'm dying. I'm in the hospital. Everyone is throwing up. You know what? Y'all wonder why I don't want to leave the damn house. I'm just going to hang out at home until maybe a concert if I can get to it. But for the most part, there's an eyelash. Oh no. Oh shit. That one was actually attached. All right. Still got some hair on top of my head. But yeah, right now there's like a whole stomach bug thing going around. We had that at the house like 2 weeks ago where I actually had to miss time from work because after day 2 of my daughter being sick, and when I went to go check on her the fall or on the second day of her being sick, and I could barely get any answers, I got head nods from her. I'm like, yeah, I gotta stay home. I can't be going to work today. And then now realizing that there's no work at work because we're slow as hell. Because, like I was saying earlier, this economy is so damn amazing. Uh, Trying to work on getting some sponsorships and brand deals and figuring out who to message for brand deals so I can do brand reviews and all that fun stuff. It is so damn tricky and so damn time consuming trying to figure it out while posting videos, while recording stuff. And this is the first time I've actually like really been over in my computer area in let's say almost a week. I hardly did anything last week. I haven't really done a whole lot over the weekend. I've been spending more time watching kind of movies, trying to decompress, get my whole head mind right thing so I can deal with that and just trying not to be so burnt out and stressed out with everything. And it's working. I ended up watching the same movie twice with my daughter over the weekend because both of us fell asleep because I'm a responsible parent and I went and got my son from his job that he does at night and had already worked a full shift that day, went to a birthday party, and then ended up going and getting him from work. We sat down to watch the movie at like 10:30 at night, and we both managed on falling asleep within like 30 minutes into the Super Mario Brothers, the animated one, which is actually really good. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch it, there are so many little Easter eggs and everything like that to it. There's one movie right now that me and the kids are looking forward to going and seeing, and that is the new Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, I've got I don't actually have any Five Nights at Freddy toys up there at the moment. I do have quite a few in my little bucket with Montgomery Gator and Freddy Fazbear. Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, we've got Glitch Trap. I think it's Glitch Trap. Oh well, one of my kids will probably tell me, and I think this is Glitch Trap. What's his ass say? New materials. Oh, Glitch Trap is one of my favorite ones, And Sith Wraith is the other one that I really like. They just got fucked up stories and backstories, and it's cool. And we're planning on doing that for Halloween because we don't feel like going and freezing our asses off and trick or treating. I can just go back. What the fuck is in this bottle? Could have swore this was water, but apparently it's getting me all kinds of fucked up where I can't use my wordages. Cheers, motherfuckers. That was not a very big drink. It's like a big gulp. Things that no longer exist anymore. The big gulp. I miss the big gulp and the supersize me. And gas prices that don't fuck you up the ass. And supersize me. And where I could actually go spend $100 on groceries and have a full cart full. And now it's like $100. And I think I literally the other day went out and got $20 in groceries, and it was 2 things of juice, 2 loaves of bread. Apparently, you can see that I didn't buy a whole lot, and I can't quite remember what the $20 was, but that's pretty much sums it up. Oh, better take another pull of my smooth iJoy vape. There we go. We're giving them a shout out. Yes, I do vape. I've been vaping for about 3 years from when I went to, no, coming up on 4 years. Yeah, October 31st will be 4 years that I haven't had an actual cigarette because I'm such a fucking genius when I decide to do stuff. It's always at the most amazing times. Like 4 years ago when I got ready to start the process of purchasing a house, buying a house and becoming a homeowner. And I decided one day I'm going to quit smoking right in the process of working 2 jobs and buying a house because, like I said, I'm a genius when it comes to when I decide to. And the only reason I decided to quit smoking wasn't because of the cost of cigarettes or the smell or health implications, because I'm a real doctor and I know exactly what I'm talking about with these health implications. That the smoking, it wasn't any of that. It was if anybody plays a video game and if anybody that plays a video game and smokes, I'm using this as a reference because you can actually do this while using. Shit. Okay, had to grab my PS4 controller so I can show it. Okay, you're a cigarette. You light it up. You know, you're smoking puppy puff. You're sitting there and you're playing your video game, and the smoke comes up your nose into your eye, and you're suddenly doing this number, trying to play your video game, and you can't see a goddamn thing. You've taken 4 pulls off your cigarette, you put it out, you light up another one, you can't see again. That is the sole purpose of why I quit smoking. It's not, like I said, any health implications or any of the appropriate things, so I could live longer and, get those last few years of my life when everything is falling apart and nothing fucking works anymore, and every check engine light is on, and every light that says I need shit replaced is on. Those amazing years in my 90s when shit goes sideways, those are the years I'm going to miss out on. Okay, cool. So I won't be old enough to shit myself anymore and need Depends. Awesome. I can approve that. I'm okay with that idea. Take those years away from me. So rather than being like 115, I'll live to be like, I don't know, 95. Probably still end up doing all this fun stuff. So stay tuned for another 60 years of me randomly spouting off stupid shit. Hell, even if I get another 40 years, that's probably going to be longer than half these YouTubers, and I'll still be covering local music. Well, I don't know. Are they going to have local music back by then? That's definitely going to be something interesting. Live music venues where no one's allowed to leave the house because you're going to catch some kind of disease. I want to know how they're going to still be building houses when everybody's in a fucking bubble and they can't leave because the air's so bad and well, I don't know. We are working on AI because that's such a fucking genius idea. Not that they made 6 movies about the downfalls of what AI can do to people. I mean, they only made what, like 6 Terminator movies? And then they're talking about like cloning actual dinosaurs, and they made what, like another fucking 8 movies about that on the side effects and the downfalls of it. Good job, people. Let's see how fucked up this is going to end up. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? We'll have AI dinosaurs from another planet, and the Transformers will be real. Hey, can we vote for Optimus Prime for president? I want Cobra Commander 1 year, and I want Optimus Prime the following year, or the following term. We'll give Cobra Commander 2 terms. We'll give Optimus Prime 2 terms as well. I'm good with that, and it can't be any worse than the shit show we got going on. Might actually make it a little more interesting. Those presidential debates are going to be hilarious. Autobots roll out with him yelling Cobra shit. Make Cobra great again. There we go. New slogan. Make Cobra great again. Autobots roll out. Take out Syria and Gaza and Benghazi and all them other Ukraine, Iran, Iraq. Well, I only Iraq if I ran into a post. Then I rack myself as I ran. Usually probably from the cops. Or a big ass dog. Or cocaine bear. But there's not a whole lot of cocaine bears in the Midwest. The fact that they made a movie called Cocaine Bear about a bear going on a cocaine bender from what was that, like the 70s when they airdropped cocaine in the wrong place. The fact that they made a movie about it, and that movie fucking bombed horribly. I think it's on like some of the streaming services. That might be the only reason I would probably watch Cocaine Bear before I end up watching the all-female cast of Ghostbusters. Just saying. I didn't like the marketing of some of those people on the all-female cast telling us to fuck off with "What up, Juicy?" to basically fuck off and watch their new movie because it's going to be amazing. And from what everybody said, it kind of sucked. I have not watched it, and I think that's like, oh, what the hell has that been? Like 8 years, 10 years since it? I want to see the new Ghostbuster Afterlife 2. That one looks like it could be good. I did watch this cool. The bad thing is, yes, Cocaine Bear was based on a true story, and those are the kind of true stories I want to see. Those random, hey, it couldn't be any worse. At least Cocaine. Well, did Cocaine Bear sign over its rights to being turned into a movie, or was it put in a conservative ship and was lied to? And suddenly it came out after the movie came out that it was not actually a conservative ship, and it has not got, and they have not gotten any money like that guy from that football movie that was based on true stories where they adopted the dude but put it into a conservatorship, and that kind of fell off the face of the earth because he was suing his former foster parents, Karen's parents. I don't know. I love the new Ghostbusters Afterlife. The way that they did that and they put that together and the homage that they showed for Harold Ramis and Egon Spengler was by far one of the best tributes. The fact that Ivan Reichman's son was the one who helped write and direct it, the fact that they got all the original Ghostbusters, and the fact that Ray got to answer the what was that 35-year-old question the correct way when Zuul goes, "Are you a god?" And they're all, Ray, yes. Finally, he got to use the line, and that was by far that movie was so damn good. And then I remember watching it, and I had some of the kids here, and they look over at me and they go, "Are you crying?" Yes, I'm fucking crying. That's my childhood, and that is an amazing movie. You're not going to use like the "you had some dust in your eye" thing? No. Real men cry at Ghostbusters. It's okay. It's not baseball. We're allowed to cry during Ghostbusters when one of the Ghostbusters uh, died and they figured out how to bring him back to life. I'm going to use some more of this cocaine bear here, or water, or moonshine, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. It's giving me all kinds of weird. Oh, I've increased my visibility to 300 days on Facebook. I just got the notification just now, which means I basically like shit post and do stupid shit and get people. Oh yeah, the fact that was. I want to know how they're going to do the new one, even though they did pretty well. Basically, hand off the torch in the correct way, in my opinion, versus how they did with the other one. But it was an amazing movie, and I did end up recently watching basically like season 4 of Demon Slayer. I think last weekend, or was it last? Yeah, I don't know, a couple weekends ago, where I didn't do anything, where I ended up watching Extraction 2. I was not overly impressed with Extraction 2 versus Extraction 1 with Chris Hemsworth. I thought Extraction 1 was way better, and 2 seemed like it was kind of pushed in a storyline. I don't know. They set it definitely up for a third one, but I get kind of tired of movies, kind of like the way that they're doing John Wick, where they're doing all these prequels and post John Wicks and these other side storylines. Something was successful, let it run its course, let them end it the way that they ended John Wick 4, because I think that was the best way you could possibly end a movie series like that. It's very satisfying, very fulfilling, and it to me, it's like they run out of ideas, so they're trying to continue to push something. I do want to see the new Deadpool because I want to see Wolverine in the yellow ass costume. I think that's going to be classic and hilarious. And I have been noticing my Monday posts have been gaining quite a bit of traction from different areas. I've had different bands and posting on it. I think I'm averaging about 40 concert flyers, which I'm gonna have to like download all those to my phone and post them on a Friday and like pre-plan the post. And Facebook is such. I've noticed a lot of bands right now have been massively posting on it, and they're posting about different shows, and they're showing the algorithms where it's like this one was a boosted post, and it was boosted to 12 people, and 12 new people saw it, and one person liked it. I've noticed there's quite a few venues from around. I just saw one in oh, where is that? Lincoln. What was it? Bodega's Alley, I think was the one I saw. And I just saw that one, their lease is coming up and they're getting ready to kind of close down after what was it, like 28 years. That's an incredible run by any bar, especially in a downtown area, which is showing exactly how weird the economy is right now and the skyrocketing prices of everything, which is just truly insane. But I think the bands and venues uh, definitely right now more than they have for quite a while. I mean, minus the whole COVID thing, because that just kind of fucked up the world for a couple years, couple years, anyways. But I really do think that bands and concert venues need to get together and work together more tightly on being able to promote one another, not just on social media, but on all social medias across the board. And uh, definitely working with, I think one of the bigger things that unfortunately, as much as I love some of these bands and love some of the bands in the areas that I continue to go to, when you start seeing certain shows popping up, I see the same continued bands being on those shows, and it's nothing against any of my friends. And oh, where was I going with this? When I keep seeing these big name acts coming through or these touring bands coming through, and I see the same local scene or the same local bands on all the flyers. And it's nothing against the local bands because I love all of them and I think they're amazing. But I also think that venues need to start, in a sense, cycling bands through. Uh, okay, you had this touring band come through on, we'll go July 5th. So you can't hit another big tour, you get everybody to put their name in this pool type thing where they're oh, it's like, okay, this touring band, your style of music fits them. So you get to be we're going to have you on this bill. And then you can't be on the next five. We'll use that number, but like you get all the bands that put in for the touring band gigs, and then suddenly everybody's like, okay, you're going to get this one because your style sounds very similar, but you can't do one for five. And then the next group where it's like, okay, you guys sound very similar to these. Okay, so we're going to give, and you start cycling the local bands through on getting the touring bands. But then, like, when their 5 weeks is up, it's like, okay, we're going to get this band and put them on this bill, but we're going to hold off on you for, we've got one coming up where we think you're going to be really good. So you start working with everybody and you cycling bands through, because if it's a big tour or, if it's a touring band, but everybody has seen your band, we'll just say your band is named Headphones. This way it's not using any names, but your band Headphones has played the last 5 touring bands that have come through, and suddenly, you know, you're not getting the crowds because it's like Headphones with stuffed doll and touring band camera and camcorder. Yeah, camcorder and camera are touring bands, and the local bands are Toy Doll and Headphones, but Toy Doll and Headphones have been on the last 5 with Patches and Bobblehead and Drumstick and Postcard, and you start getting all these it cycles the local scenes in. It'll bring some different people. You never double up the same local bands on the previous bills, and you start cycling bands through where you're going to start bringing in different crowds to these shows. But I mean, you're not going to have okay, sorry on this one, Juicy. We're going to use you guys as an example because if you've listened to Evil Shadows is probably not a band you're going to see open for Behemoth. Behemoth is a very aggressive, thrashy death metal, but Evil Shadows would open really well for like a Drowning Pool or like Papa Roach or styles like that, where they're very similar. But Viscerous would open really well for Behemoth because it's fucking Danjo and Viscerous. So trying to find bands that are similar styles, I think, would help unite the music scene. Where I get that you get that one show where you're like, dude, I really want this one. Like Molten and Viscerous getting the show with Exodus. Those two guys are uh very thrash metal influenced. So them being on a show with legends like Viscerous or with Exodus, there's so many different names that are running through my head. So you got, Exodus, and you want to put more of the thrash style on there, which seems to work, but a lot of it is the same bands continuing to be on the same bills. And there's nothing against any of those bands, but you got to kind of break it up and change it up some, because then you're going to start strengthening the local scene. You're going to start getting different bands, different exposure to different people that may not have normally gone out to them. Like, I am definitely metalhead by far, and I've gone out to some like the feel good show, like the feel good music or softer rock shows. And I've had a blast at it because it wasn't in my normal wheelhouse, but I gave it a shot. And they just happened to be on a bill with some friends of mine. And I ended up getting a chance to see them. So made friendships there, seen those bands a few times, and it's always interesting. But I think, yeah, the shutdowns, because I think I've seen two bars in like the Lincoln Omaha recently shut down. I've seen three or four bands lately that have also kind of broken up or parted ways. And it's kind of weird and sad to see that these things are happening. But I also get with the economy and life changes, life goes on, life moves forward. There's nothing really, it's an endless march to a certain point, and I fully get, with being in two different bands myself, that certain things run their course, certain things change. I'm no longer the same person I was 5, 10, 15 years ago. I've changed for better or for worse, depending on which way you look at it. I've changed for growth or non-growth. Sometimes it's cold outside. There's no growth there. But there's always a change in things and shifting of tides, and it just kind of sucks seeing bands that you're friends with end up parting ways or going on a hiatus. I mean, hell, we had Mudvayne on hiatus for 15 years and we finally got them back, which is amazing to see. Coal Chambers back rocking. I don't think I've heard anything about Devil Driver in a while, but it just kind of happens throughout time. And hopefully, some good things can come about this. Some more venues can show up, new bands can be made. Yeah, I ended up seeing Coal Chamber. I have seen them live, but if this says how long ago I saw them on their Dark Days tour in like, oh, what was that? It was like oh 04, 05, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's been a little while. I ended up seeing them in the actually at the Bottleneck in Lawrence. So if that says anything of how long it's been since I've been to Lawrence to a concert, it was yeah, like I think it was 05. Yeah, but see, we're old in the sense that we got to see all these badass new metal bands coming up and all these badass shows. But I also have friends that have, you know, they got to see Queen and Led Zeppelin and ACDC with Bon Scott and, uh, Motley Crue when they're actually good and could sing ish and was somewhat in shape. Guns N' Roses, like, there's always those generations where uh one person I know, Metal Mom, she's been around the music scene for fucking ever. And yeah, she got to see all the really the influences of the influences of the influences that created certain styles like Black Sabbath back in the day or Dio. But yeah, there's always been, I've been fortunate where I got into the new metal scene right when it was really starting to come into fruition with Slipknot. Like I skipped school to go to the record store to pick up the Iowa album. Uh I think I'd probably get two left testicles. I mean, I'm done having kids. Pretty sure I can take some hormonal pills. Hell, if I go back to see that, then I'm buying stock in like Microsoft and Apple and all this other shit. I'm gonna be rich as hell. So then, when it'll be worth giving up both my testicles for it. I mean, start investing, get all that weed companies, get all the money in Snoop Dogg's weed company, buy some weed. But then I'd probably have to like live in a bubble and make sure nobody knows that I have those stocks and bonds. And then I'd actually have like stupid rich money and still be going to local concerts because that's way funner. Would not be going to like a little Yahtzee, Potsy, beef rump roast concert. I don't know. Probably not going to hit up a Taylor Swift show anytime soon. But if you just want to watch a Taylor shit show, just tune into the Chiefs game. If you want to watch a shit show, tune into a Cowboys game. If you want to watch a clusterfuck, go ahead and watch a Colorado football game. If you want to watch a monkey fuck of football, tune into a Cowboys, or not a Cowboy. Well, probably tune into a Cowboys game. Tune into a Broncos game. Taylor Swift, Taylor shit. We're coming up with all kinds of names. The Red Queen, as one of the people I pay attention to sports stuff on her. He does random predictions and goofy shit like that. Calls her the Chiefs are. Oh, what is that? They're in awe of the Red Queen. Yeah, luckily for me, I grew up a Kansas City fan, so I know what like a 1st and 10 and a field goal and a 2-point basket and a flagrant foul and a home run for all these football terms are. So and the high sticking, I want to see a high sticking. So that's my biggest thing that I've been waiting for in football. I want to see a high sticking and a roughing the referee. Maybe. How in the hell did you get out? The advantage of doing a live stream. My son's cat, who he's literally kept in his room for like the last week. Oh, this is gonna be cluster fucked. What are you? Oh shit. We have the kitten, and do not try to. I'm a little over here watching my son's cat. My 31-pound cat is literally looking at it like, what the fuck is this thing? And you are not hissing it? There we go. I was wondering when that was gonna. I'm over here like watching this now. YouTube, play nice. It's like dealing with children. Yes, I would normally be paying attention to you guys and seeing what you're having to say, but I'm a little preoccupied with what this kitten and what my 31-pound fat cat is doing. I think he's 31. I need to buy a fucking scale so I can weigh him. But he is freaking massive. You've seen the pictures that I posted of him. He is a huge ass cat. And my son's cat is literally like the size of my hand and weighs like half a pound, maybe a pound at most. So I'm now paying attention to see if my cat is going to eat my son's cat. Should probably get on my phone and text my kid and be like, hey, your cat got out. Because I don't think he realizes it. Oh, dum-de-dum-de-dum. This is quite interesting. I am now playing like the cat's spokesperson. Actually, fuck this. I'm just going to call him. Probably not going to answer. At least his cat's an adorable little thing. Why are you sending me to voicemail? I'm your father. I'm important. Answer my damn call. Fucking kids. Never answer the goddamn phone when you need them to. Okay, now it's ringing. It is actually ringing. Oh, here's the kitten. Hey, are you missing something? Oh, so you just let the cat run free and you didn't tell me that you were letting the cat out? You were talking to oh now you're on my live stream now because I'm calling you as an adult and a parent. Oh, all right. Well, I'll let you go. Thanks for letting me know that the cat. See, this is the little kitten. See. All right. Later. We now have the little cat that decided to show up. One of these times, I'm going to get my fat cat in there. Yeah. Apparently, he decided to let the cat out and just roam free throughout the house without letting me know. So I'm now kind of worried and concerned. I am still louder than all of you. Mine's got his ears all back. This is about ready to be a quite interesting thing. I've now got cats looking at me. I've got my cat eyeballing this little kitten. Oh, this is going to be an interesting thing. I should probably pay attention to this. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to start doing more of these live streams again and getting back into this because the cat just went into the closet and I don't know what I have in the closet and what it can possibly get into. So I should probably pay attention to what this little Death Wish kitten's got going on. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. We'll probably do another one, Thursday or so. And this is going to be interesting. So until the next one, thanks for stopping in, guys. Later.